Bristol to it. The organizers are taking a very positive tack on it, and they are really working to portray this and express this as a fun event that brings light to pollution and the need to reduce fossil fuels and things like that. So if you're in Bristol in the UK, it seems like we have a lot of stuff going on in the UK right now. Sign up, check that out, and see what's going on that you can participate in the World Naked Bike Ride. So what's the bear buzz around the clothes-free interwebs? Well, we've been putting up links and reblogs of a lot of interesting stuff that's going on in on the internet these days as it relates to clothes-free living. It seems like almost every week now there is someone writing about their experience with clothes-free yoga and how positive it is. And we had one such experience written up, and we reposted that, an excerpt from that on the website in our news section, our web section. So you can check that out under the category web if you go to clothesfreelife.com. Another thing that we shared on the website, that it was an article from a local magazine about an experience at Bear Oaks Family Naturist Park, and that was written in a magazine for the East Gwillimbury community, and they had a really positive experience there at Bear Oaks, and they shared that in their magazine. Another thing that seems to be happening a lot out there on the interwebs is a lot of projects around body image. Some of you may have seen the project that's coming up, and we're hoping to get an interview with these folks, Norwegian folks who are doing a project on body shame, and they are asking for folks to submit videos about how they feel about their bodies. But I came across another one this week, 48 images that celebrate the skin we're in. And it's on the Elephant Journal site, and there are bodies of different types and shapes, all people who basically chose to respond to the call from the author of the article to send in images of themselves expressing their body clothes free. And there's, I think, it's a really good thing when people can claim their bodies and be okay in their bodies, whatever shape or size they are. And hopefully this kind of project, as long as it's legit, and we never encourage people to participate in this kind of thing without checking it out first and making sure that these are legit things and not just people who are trying to get images of folks to, for their own little collection. We've also put up on the site a report. We've been finding a lot of new conversations and perspectives and voices about naturism and nudism on some not so familiar social media outlets like Ello, and which is at ello.com. We'll put the link in our show notes, and also on Medium. And so on Medium, we found two interesting conversations. One was about a trip that some younger young adults, I should say, made to a clothes-free camp in Michigan, and what their experience was like there at the Forest Hills Club. Another one was also about naked protesting and how that is a phenomenon all over the world, really, that people lose their clothes in order to protest the different social issues. So, one of the things we talk about with our editorial staff here is that the idea of nude protest, topless protest, is not something that's new, that it's been happening in other places around the world, in South America, in Africa, not just in European capitals or European cities. And so this is something that came out of from a Muslim or Islamic perspective, this article about naked or protest. So if you want to look at some of these things or the bear buzz out there, do check out the website at clothesfreelife.com, and you'll see lots and lots of stuff. We've recently been adding to the print things that we share in terms of news. We've been adding audio bites, because we're really, since we've started doing this audio broadcast, been upping our game in terms of sharing information in more than one media format. So there are some audio bites up there, some podcasts from other folks, some audio interviews from other folks, and there's a really very cool new social media audio platform called TapeRite that we are looking into, and possibility of using it for our Sunday Shorts, which is a feature that's going to be coming up soon on the website.
Find body positive, clothes free friendly postcards at www.twoscoops.cards.
So I want to finish up here by just sharing a couple of things that are going on the website that you should be aware of. I want to remind you that the poetry contest entries are now online. It's the voting time, so get to voting for the poem that is your favorite, so that we can have our winner in a few. And we're hoping to have that winning poem. We're going to be having it read on air. We're going to give the winner a limited edition Clothes Free Life Poetry t-shirt, and we're excited about that. So head on over to the website. There's a large image on the front page, you can't miss it, linking to the entries for the Clothes Free Poetry Contest, and you can click through to that and choose, read all the poems. Be sure to click on the actual poem link and read the full poem, not just the little excerpt that's on that page, so that you can read the full poem and then cast your vote for the poem you think is the best of all the entries. Also want to share with you a new feature that we started today. A couple of weeks ago, we put out a call for contributors, and someone who responded is now a contributor for us, and he's going to be offering limericks that positively portray naturist philosophy, nudist practice, and clothes-free living. And the first of those are up online today under our Clothes-Free Friday Thoughts. So check that out and tell us what you think in the comment section. We also have had on the site on Thursday tips for clothes-free bloggers and how you can step up your game. We got some links to some really useful, informative articles from non-clothes-free folks about how to do good blogging, and it's just stuff that applies for good blogging, period. So check out that on our website as well. One of our best features that we've added to the site is our Women on Wednesday, and we had 3 great posts on that this week. One was an article on an essay, Redefining Nudity, by consent culture activist Amber Amore. Really, this I hope I can get some more contributions from her, but it was great to have a guest contribution from this incredible young woman who's been through so much and done so much with some of the trauma that she's experienced in life, and who identifies as someone who lives clothes-free. So check that out. Also check out our post by our contributing editor, Antony Hart, who raises the value of face-to-face connections beyond the online experience as being so important. And the also another poem that we had from another one of our contributors, our health and vegan cooking contributor, Monica, shared a poem called If the Internet Was Silent. And it really talks about the female perspective as it relates to social media and being on the internet, and how people engage and approach women. There's so much more I wanted to share with you. Just know that we have some great guests coming up on future episodes of the broadcast. In a week, we're going to have a wonderful interview with Cleo from Topless Topics. And 2 weeks, we're going to be having the naturist, musician, producer, bare body freedom activist Tandu is going to be live on the show. And we're going to play some of his music. So we're excited about that happening. Also, just want to share with you that our social network, My Clothes Free Life, is now in soft launch. So if you're interested in being a part of that, we haven't fully launched yet. We're adding people slowly so that we can manage this network, because everyone has to be approved before they can participate. So we hope that you'll check that out and be a part of this growing network of people who live the clothes-free life. That is our mission, and that's what this show is all about. We like to think of it as...
Thanks for listening to the Clothes-Free Living Update with Earl D. If you enjoyed this broadcast, we hope you'll tell your friends. Be sure to check out our archive section on our website clothesfreelife.com for previous broadcasts. This has been a Clothes Free Life production. Join us next time for another edition of the Clothes Free Living Update.
So I want to say thanks for listening and tuning in. We'll have show notes online pretty soon. And if you like what you heard, follow us on our Spreaker page. We're on the Spreaker platform, Spreaker.com/clothes-free-life. And our mission really is to give life to naturist ideals, nudist practice for clothes-free living. So we want to thank you again for being a part of the show today, but for listening, if you're listening later on the podcast. And we just want to say, stay safe, stay clothes-free. My name is Earl D, and I've been your host of the Clothes Free Living Update.